Hey, welcome to Financial Friday. I'm Mr. Eric Watson, and I'm here to get you on and keep you on the path to financial freedom. All right. I know I'm getting at it a little bit late today, but I had a daughter that had her 13th birthday, so I was doing a little bit of celebrating with her. So please forgive me. But I'm back at it. So just want to make sure that I get the word out because it is Friday. It is Financial Friday. All right. And what I want to talk about today is power rolling your debt. All right. Power roll your debt. Power rolling is also known as a debt snowball. So I don't want people to get the two confused. It is one in the same. OK, I am talking about power rolling your debt or the debt snowball. All right. But before I get to how you go about power rolling that debt, first thing I want to mention is that when you accumulate debt, it is not about the numbers. All right. It's not the numbers that gets you into or out of a financial bind. All right. It is not the amounts that get you into and out of that bind. What gets you in and out of a financial bind are your habits, your mentality, your mindset, your spending habits, your fiscal discipline is what gets you into a bind when it comes to finance. All right. So just keep that in mind. It is the discipline that you need is what's going to get you out of whatever bind that you got yourself in. All right. And the first part of being disciplined about your finances is to have a budget. All right. You have to have that budget to track all your income and all your expenses and know exactly where your money is going. All right. And know how much you're going to have at the end of the month. And that's very important. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. But you need to know exactly where your money is going. All right. But when we talk about power rolling your debt, all right, because you have a budget, you know everyone that you owe money to, right? You know all the lenders, you know all the debt that you have because it's listed as a line item on your budget, right? You know all those things because you have that budget. Now, when you power roll your debt, what you want to do is on a sheet of paper, write out all the loans or all the debt that you have. You start it by listing the name of the lender or the creditor or whoever you owe it to. And you also want to list the balance, the remaining balance of that particular loan or debt. All right. So all the lenders and all the remaining balances on a sheet of paper. All right. Then what you want to do is order that debt. Order all those loans and order all that debt from lowest balance. So you want the lowest balance at the top and the highest balance at the bottom. All right. So as an example, let's say you have a credit card where you owe $1,000. You have a car loan where you owe $5,000. And you have a student loan where you owe $10,000. All right. So when you are doing your power roll or your debt snowball, you want to list at the very top that credit card because it is the lowest balance of the 1,000, the 5,000 and the 10,000. You list that credit card and the balance of $1,000. Then you list the car loan and a balance of $5,000. Then you list at the bottom the student loan with a balance of $10,000. All right. So you have them all listed from low to high with regard to the balances that you owe on each respective debt. All right. Now, because you have a budget, you know, after paying the minimum required payment on each one of those loans, on all that debt, the minimum monthly payment, you know how much money you're going to have at the end of the month. Because it's listed on your budget. You know, you're projecting how much money you're going to make, or you should know how much money you're going to make. And you should know how much money you're going to spend throughout the month. There should be a remaining balance at the end of all that, because on all the debt that you have, you're just paying the minimum monthly payment. All right, the minimum required payment each month. And then whatever money is left at the end of the month, you power roll that, or you roll that into that lowest balance debt. So in the scenario we just talked about, you're going to put whatever's left at the end of the month and pay extra on that credit card. So say at the end of the month, you have $500 left. That credit card balance is $1,000. So you're going to pay the minimum monthly payment on that credit card, and then take that $500 that's remaining at the end of the month and pay on the balance of that credit card. And after 2 months, that credit card is paid off. All right. Then after that credit card's paid off, you do the same thing with the next item on your list of debt, which would be, in our scenario, the car loan, which is $5,000. Now, the good thing about power rolling your debt is initially you only had $500 left at the end of the month to pay on the balance of your debt. But because your credit card is now paid off, you have $500 plus whatever that minimum monthly payment was for the credit card. So you have $500 plus to pay on your car loan. Now you're still paying the minimum monthly payment on that student loan, but you're paying down on the car loan. And after a few months, that car loan is paid off. And then you do the same thing with the student loan. You take whatever's left along with the minimum balance of what you were paying on the credit card and the minimum balance, the minimum payment of what you were paying on the car loan, rolled all in to that money that you power roll into the balance of that student loan debt. So you pay that month after month. And after a few months, it's paid off. All right. It takes discipline, but anybody can do it if you have that discipline. Now, a lot of people will argue that that's not necessarily the best way to do it. You should probably pay off the one that has the highest interest rate, right? But remember, numerically, that may work out. Psychologically, that does not necessarily work out. All right. So let's just say the student loan, which had the highest balance, was the one that had the highest interest rate as well. So if you roll your extra payments into that and you keep doing it month after month after month, and you don't see any success, you don't see that you're gaining any ground, it can get frustrating. And psychologically, it can take you off your game. But if you're paying off that lowest balance debt, if you're paying off, in our scenario, that credit card first, you get a quick win. And that does something for your mindset, for your mentality. Like, okay, it works. I'll keep on doing it. And then you roll it into the next lowest balance. And you see that it still works. All right? Because remember, like I said in the beginning, it's not the numbers that get you into a bind. It is the discipline and the habits that you have with regard to your spending and your saving that get you into that bind. All right. So numerically, it might look better, but psychologically, it can pay a toll on you. Okay. So power roll your debt. Pay off the lowest balance debt that you have first, then the next lowest, then the next lowest. Eventually, you're debt free. And that, my friends, is how you get on the road to financial freedom. All right? Power roll your debt, or use the debt snowball. They're one and the same. All right. So I hope that helps some of you out. And I hope that that is a tool that many of you can leverage to pay off your debt and get to a place of financial freedom, because that's my objective, to help you get to that place. All right. So with that, let me know if you have any questions, any concerns. Get back at me, but power roll all that debt. Everyone have a blessed and prosperous evening, a blessed and prosperous weekend. I will catch you all next week, and I'm gone.